The Trump administration trying to cut funding for NPR and PBS, claiming bias. The executive order directs the Corporation for Public Broadcasting's board of directors to cease federal funding for the public broadcasters. We spoke with a local broadcaster who is in Washington, D.C. right now to try and secure CPB funding.
This is a very critical time for public media.
Representatives from NPR stations across the country descending on Capitol Hill to try and make their case.
This year in particular, they were wanting a lot of the managers from rural stations to make the trip because of the threat of CPB funding going away. They felt if they had a good representation of the rural stations, that it would make a huge impact.
John Coffey is the general manager of KXCV-KRNW out of Northwest Missouri State University. With the Trump administration trying to cut federal funding for NPR, local broadcasters like him are in Washington, D.C. to speak with senators and representatives.
The main message right now is the impact it will have financially.
KXCV-KRNW receives just under $200,000 every year from CPB funding, a large chunk of its budget. Without that money, the station will need to make cuts.
And that's the biggest thing right now is what it does to the funding that we receive. When you have to make some cuts, there's obviously the programming that our listeners enjoy that perhaps we might not be able to offer because of this, and it just limits what we'll be able to do in the future.
And it's not just the issue of funding the station. Broadcasters also highlighting the importance of public broadcasting in rural areas that utilize public radio for things like local news and weather alerts.
People can listen to radio when the power is out. It's hard to watch TV when you don't have power in your house. And for us to continue to provide information during that time costs money, requires infrastructure, requires investment over the course of years. That's where the Corporation for Public Broadcasting funds help us to be able to be prepared for something like that.
There's certain areas that public media is serving that's not served by any other type of media.
And Coffey isn't alone. He says over 1.2 million contacts have been made with lawmakers since it was announced federal funding may go away.
So, they're getting the message. Now, it's hopefully they will heed this message when it comes time to vote.
There's no official timeline yet for when the matter will come to a vote. KQ2 will bring you more as this story progresses.